Hello everybody, welcome to my channel again. Today I want to make a comparison between the two peaks that I climbed a couple of months ago in the Italian Alps. So this is about Pizzo Tambo and Pizzo Emet. I use this name for Pizzo Emet. On some maps you will see it under the name Piz Timun. I climbed from the Italian side, so I shall use the Italian versions of the names. So Pizzo Tambo versus Pizzo Emet. The reason for this comparison should be easy to understand if you see my top picture here in the post. So they are very close to Spluga Pass, which is on the border between the two countries, and this picture is view from the summit of Pizzo Tambo. This is Monte Spluga Lake, and this peak here is Pizzo Emet. Here you have the summit of Pizzo Emet, Monte Spluga Lake, and then Pizzo Tambo, which is this peak. So you realize they are very close. There are similarities and differences. Again, both are on the border between the Italy and Switzerland. So this is Spluga Pass, Pizzo Tambo is here, and Pizzo Emet is here. And this is Monte Spluga Lake. So I have, before I go to my comparison table, which we'll see, just to mention again that both are on the border. In the case of Pizzo Tambo, you start actually from Spluga Pass, which is on the border, but in the case of Pizzo Emet, you start from Monte Spluga Lake. Comparison table, which I created here, shows some I would say features of the mountains, similarities and differences. So all of them are of course explained here in detail below the table, but here just to go quickly through the table. So in both cases you have a walk-up route. It's doable solo, of course. I did it solo in both cases, and you can do this as one-day climb easily. It's snow-free in both cases, though when I arrived there, mountains were under the snow, but it melted quickly. It was just, too early snow. It disappeared almost. Elevation difference is slightly, you have a bit more to climb in the case of Pizzo Emet or Piz Timun. It is 1300 meters. And then the time needed for the climb is, of course, longer for the Pizzo Emet, 5 or more hours. In the case of Pizzo Tambo, it took me 4 hours. So this timing is, of course, for my own climbs. I'm sure that there are many people who can climb these mountains much faster. Orientation is never a problem. Routes are either marked in the lower part, or you have cairns to guide you to the summit. Water on the route, in both cases the answer is yes. There are small lakes around, but you will have to have your water filter if you plan to use water from such sources. Regarding the huts, in the case of Pizzo Tambo there are no huts. You start from the Spluga Pass and you go back. In the case of Piz Timun, you can stay in the hut. It is Refugio Bertacchi. You can see it. I have separate texts here about both of these mountains, so you can see the Bertacchi hut is here in this picture, and as you see there are lakes around. Of course, Pizzo Tambo is described in detail in my separate text. Regarding free parking, the answer is yes in both cases. For Pizzo Tambo, you start from Spluga Pass. There is plenty of space around. In the case of Pizzo Tambo, you start from this parking, which is close to the lake, below Monte Spluga village, so separate specific parking for this tour. Lake is here, but it was in clouds, so this is why the picture is like this. And exposed sections, well, that's a bit different. In the case of Pizzo Tambo, it's practically always just a simple walk up. practically never, in no place you have to use your hands. But in the case of Piz Timun, there are some tricky passages. Actually, I mentioned them here in detail, exposed sections, yeah. So there are several, actually 2 places on the route when you go to Pizzo Emet, where you have to jump from one cliff to another. These gaps are not wide, but there are differences in height when you jump from one to another. Yeah, for some people it can be a problem if you are heavy and well, you know, it doesn't look great when you have to jump over such a gap. I think this is all I wanted to say here in this comparison. All the details about the tools are described in my separate text, as I mentioned. So here in the site you have Pizzo Emet or Piz Timun, and also Pizzo Tambo described in detail. So thank you for watching. Please follow the link below the video. You can come here and read this text in detail. And I shall appreciate if you like this video. Have a nice day.